In the last, well, I've been getting in trouble for a long time, my whole life actually. I told my 5th grade science teacher that she looked like an ape, which she did. But I also said that she could not flunk me because I didn't do the last question. And then since I've been simply going to the principal's office. And I feel like now I'm at the principal's office, but the principal's office is like American Jewelry. They're like, you can't do that. I'm like, but why? And so just of late, in the last 3 months, I've been banned or disinvited from 3 different Jewish-centric spaces, conferences, for poems about Israel and Palestine. And, these are folks who invited me, and then the day of, or the week of, disinvited me, or just said if I was going to read poems about Israel and Palestine, I could not come, or they would want me to come, but not read the poems I wanted to, and it affect censoring me. And, that seems uniquely un-Jewish to me. And, I think that it just is whack, you know what I mean? Like, I think my favorite part about all of what we do, and by we I really mean like on some Jewish shit, is we ask questions. We love like 2-year-olds. Why? But we love the mystery of the universe, and I think our point, right? We say this at Passover: each generation reveals new freedoms. And right now, right? I have friends who couldn't get into Gaza, couldn't bring medical supplies to Gaza this past week because evidently the state of Israel does not value Palestinian lives like they value the lives of other people. And I think that cannot be cool anymore. And I think we need to say stuff about it. We, us, citizens of this space in this world. And, I think it's good to disagree with me. I think it's good to disagree with the state of Israel. I think it's good to disagree with the government who has weapons and tanks and uses those things against children, whether it be the American government or whether it be whatever government, the Angolan government. I think the people need to speak on behalf of the people and not on behalf of people who make loot off of the lives of people. I had this experience over the last couple months of getting whatever, and it produced a couple of poems. 2 of them Zeke had the courage to publish, and I say courage because a lot of folks wouldn't fuck with me after I had friends, I had family. I had like one of my oldest high school friends who like, yeah, we're not going to be able to talk anymore. That doesn't sound like democracy, homie, but you're a dick anyway. But Zeke published a couple of these poems, and I'm not going to, you could read them, so I hope you take them home with you, but I'm going to read kind of, the latest incarnation of what it is I have to say after this experience, and just kind of where I'm at now with this. So this is an essay, actually. I'm going to read a portion of the essay, and it's called Why I Am Not Zionist. Since the Second Intifada, I've thought and wrote and spoke about Israel and Palestine, but over the course of these last several weeks, getting banned and writing blogs, talking shit about me and calling me not Jewish, and Jews calling me self-hating and all that. Over these last several weeks, I've arrived at a new beginning. Prior to now, I muddled the issue in complexity, but I realized it's quite simple. I am a Jewish American man in solidarity with Palestinian people. I am in solidarity with Israeli and American and all people who work and risk their lives and livelihood for justice. I am not restricted to working within the confines of the Jewish American community. Justice and the resistance to imperialism is a global human concern for all people down to struggle. For Jews, absolutely, but not Jews alone. For Palestinians, word, but not Palestinians alone. It will take all of us to push and demand governments and corporate interests to create fair, equitable living conditions. It will take a people to hold history accountable for the atrocities that occurred. This is analogy. America celebrates Columbus Day, even though Columbus and American settlers killed, enslaved, and pushed indigenous people off land they lived on. Tragically, indigenous people have been nearly wiped out of existence and pushed to the furthest margins of our culture that revels in amnesia. Mainstream American culture does not expect Native Americans to celebrate Columbus, nor care or know or imagine if they do or not. Native Americans are not a demographic population Hallmark cares to account for. It is preposterous to think Jews would celebrate Kristallnacht, the night of glass where SS troops stormed and terrorized their German ghettos. In Israel, though, Independence Day is celebrated. Communities gather to play music, dance and watch fireworks. The chief rabbinate has declared this a Jewish holy day in which prayers should be said. But Palestinians remember 1948 and the formation of the State of Israel as Al-Nakba, the catastrophe, a day of displacement and forced diaspora, a day families were torn apart and ripped away from their homes, a state-sanctioned celebration of their dehumanization and second-class citizenship. For this reason, I cannot believe in the integrity of the Zionist project. It's built on bodies and it's built on lies. It denies the existence of a people and a people. One of its slogans, rooted in the same malicious revisionism as American history and Holocaust denial, is a land without people for a people without land. Columbus didn't discover shit. He enacted the desires of empire and the fetishization of discovery. The formation of the State of Israel is rooted in blood and it's rooted in deceit. It is the same story as all colonies built in the name of imperialism and dehumanization. Therefore, I cannot call myself a Zionist.